Well, up next, the odds are not in favor of Wyoming Congresswoman Liz Cheney in tomorrow's Republican primary. Polls opened in Wyoming, where Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney is facing an uphill battle to keep her seat. We'll take you there live. And in Wyoming, Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney is facing an uphill battle amid fierce opposition from within her own party. Cheney, who has been a loud critic of former President Donald Trump and voted to impeach him, is facing several Republican challengers, including Trump-endorsed attorney Harriet Hageman.
I had to change my party today to vote for Liz Cheney because I'm really concerned about the misinformation that's going around the country, and I never thought I'd vote for Cheney, but she has earned my respect over her handling of the hearings over January 6th, and I felt she might not win, but she needs as much support as possible for doing what she's doing.
So the question, mathematically speaking, is it even possible for enough Democrats and independents to cross over to pull out a victory for Liz Cheney? Her supporters, her advisors are not expecting a win tonight necessarily. The bigger question is looking for her path forward.
Up next for us, Judgment Day for Liz Cheney. Perhaps her only hope? A flood of Democrats and independents deciding to switch sides and vote in today's Republican primary. 10 House Republicans voted to impeach Donald Trump. Liz Cheney is the last to face a primary. If she loses tonight, 8 of the 10 will have either lost their primaries or decided not to run for re-election, which is pretty striking. Also striking, Leanne, is that normally the congressional leadership supports its incumbents. This is Kevin McCarthy essentially saying goodbye to Liz Cheney.
Her whole focus has been against one individual, whether she has information or not, instead of focusing on her district itself.
It's primary day for voters in 2 states, including Wyoming, where Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney is facing an uphill battle to keep her seat. And in Wyoming, Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney, who voted to impeach Donald Trump and is vice chair of the January 6th committee, is in a tough battle against Trump-endorsed challenger Harriet Hageman. Let's look at the demographic breakdown, okay, of Wyoming and just explain the math here. So today, as of today, here's who is registered. 75% of the state is registered Republican. Only 13% of the state registered Democrat. 12% is independent or other. However, you know there is this phenomenon where Democrats have been registering as Republican in order to vote for Liz Cheney. And if Charlie Dent's math is right, that 20 to 30% of the original Republicans would vote for Liz Cheney. Is there a path here for her?
I mean, it's highly unlikely.
What are you learning about what we should expect to hear from Representative Cheney later tonight, irrespective of the outcome?
So look, it is likely she's going to lose. As our political director, David Chalian, said earlier today, if she wins, Liz Cheney would be the most surprised person in the world.